Hello and welcome to my beginner's Python tutorial on making a calculator. If you know no Python at all, then this video is perfect for you, as I will try to explain as much as possible. I'm sure you've all used a calculator before. You enter a number, choose the sign, then enter a second number to get an answer. We will be making one that adds, subtracts, multiplies, and divides two chosen numbers. So the first step of your calculator would be to ask for the first number. The way we do that is by using variables and input prompts. Now, if you have seen either of my other two tutorials I have posted so far, you can feel free to skip this part, as it re-explains things I talked about in those videos. So for those who haven't seen them or just want another explanation, a variable is like a word or a letter that can be given a number value. For example, we can write that 5 plus 6 equals x, so x will equal 11. A really good use for variables is for the other important part of this, which is inputs. With inputs, you ask the user of the program to type something, and then using a variable you can store that information. That may sound confusing, so I'll try to explain with an example. This line of code asks the user for an input, like how a calculator would ask for a number, and then when you write the number into the program, it will use that number as the first part of the equation. So for this program we are just going to use simple variables like a and b. In this line of code, a will equal whatever the person using the calculator wants by typing into the output space at the bottom. The green text in quotes is just flavor text for the calculator, so that when you run the program it will ask you to type a number. If you ever want your program to show basic text, you have to surround it with quotation marks. We then repeat this line of code, but use the variable b instead. Now there is another part of these two lines I haven't covered yet, mostly because it isn't super simple, but the int here, what it means is integer, which is basically any whole number, and this means that when you type something into the prompt you can only type in whole numbers. So if you try to type words it will not work, and since this is a calculator only numbers are allowed. Now this final line is the actual calculating. The first two lines were just set up. This print command will cause whatever is inside the parenthesis to be shown on this screen here, kind of like how a printer will take what is on your computer and put it in a presentable form. Inside the parenthesis you can see the two variables we made earlier, a and b, and this will cause the two numbers that were typed into the program to be added together, and because of the print command it will show you that answer. If you got the hang of this, we can try different signs. So erase the plus sign and replace it with a minus sign. Now it will subtract the values. To do multiplication you use the star symbol you get by holding shift and pressing 8, and for division you click the /. And if you want, you can have all four at once to get addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So that is how you make a simple calculator. Now let's test the program. First, with addition I will do 5 plus 6 and get 11, then for subtraction do 11 minus 6 to get 5, then for multiplication do 5 times 6, and lastly for division do 30 divided by 6. Then for all four at once I will choose 10 and 5 to get 15 with addition, 5 with subtraction, 50 with multiplication, and 2 with division. Now you may have noticed that for division there is a decimal point at the end. This is because with division it is possible to get decimal answers even when only using whole numbers, like with 4 divided by 3, so there needs to be a decimal placed just in case. Additionally, for division, if you try to divide by 0 you will get an error code, as it is impossible to divide by 0. So we can see that our calculator fully works, so that will be it for this tutorial. Make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any additional questions. Goodbye.